internet. This is Kiyra Lynn, and you are watching the New Music Buzz, and I am backstage here at The Voice, where your top 11 contestants are going to fight for your votes. Last week, we saw Chi-Town favorite Mark Hood go home, but one of your top 11 must be eliminated this week. And later on in our show, we will catch up with the cast of the highly anticipated film, Creed. You guys know what to do. Roll that intro. The top 11 contestants are almost finished with their performances, and they will be backstage with us to tell us how they think they did. You guys each brought a family member today. You brought your wife. What was the best piece of advice towards your singing career that this person gave you?
Well, I think my wife has always been very, very supportive of my dream and my aspirations to be an artist and just, be creative with music in general. And so a single piece of advice is hard to pinpoint, but I think the most important thing that she says to me all the time is that I love you and I support you no matter what, no matter where this dream takes us. And right now it's taking us in a cool place. But there were a lot of years where it, we were just doing our thing. And really, I think the important part about having her on my team is just that she's supportive of me, whether I'm out here doing The Voice or making $1 million or whatever it is in the future, or if I'm just making $100 here and there playing my guitar. She just wants me to be happy, and that's the most important thing for her and for me to have her in my life. That's the best part.
You guys already win the cutest couple award. That's all I have to say.
You, that's so sweet. She's my better half, the much better half.
Well, my mom has definitely been the most critical of my singing throughout all of these years, and she's been there for every rehearsal back at home, and when I sing in the living room, because that's honestly all I did. And she just pushes me to be my best, and when I think it's good, she tells me it's not and to keep going, and she just pushes me to be my best. And she's a really honest person, a really honest lady, and I love that about her because she's gotten me here, and she's basically given me this platform because she's pushed me to be my best.
Well, it's awesome to have my dad here because my mom's the one who's been out here like this whole time, and so I'm usually calling my dad like while he's at home in Tennessee, and I'm like trying to remember everything that's happened because I want him to like be a part of it too. So for him to actually be there and be able to like see it firsthand, it's just awesome because he's been the biggest influence in my music. I've grown up listening to his old albums that like he's drilled into my mind. So I owe all of my like taste in music to him. So it's awesome for him to be here.
You guys really seem like you work well as a team, but at the same time, you all have to work on your own individual things, and only one of you can, win this thing. So where's that balance for you guys? How do you work so well together while also, working on your own individual stuff?
Well, I think that's really the cool part of the show, and why this show is so successful is it's just such a positive show, and it's about being positive, being creative. And it's a fact. I mean, we're all battling for there's 11 of us, and we're all battling for 10 spots right now. But at the end of the day, I really have always felt like all the contestants, all the artists that are here, are really pulling for each other. There's never any negative energy or negative comments that take place, and especially amongst our team. I've been real fortunate to be around these two for a while now, and it's been a real pleasure. And I think that no matter what happens tomorrow and who gets eliminated, I don't think it'll be any one of us. But at the end of the day, I think we're all pulling for each other, and if one of us happens to go home tomorrow, we're going to continue a relationship together and support each other in music, and I'm really blessed to be able to do that with these two young guys, who are really breaking out into the music business, and it's been a real great experience. So we're a great team.
Well, I mean, we all sing country music, but then in that we're all so different too. We all have our different styles that we like, and that's really cool for us to come together and be able to share ideas with one another to help each other. And these guys have definitely helped me better as an artist. And you know, Barrett with me coming into this, and you know, he's such a seasoned performer, and he's been doing this for a long time. And I've definitely learned a lot, not only from Blake and from all the other advisors on the show, but just from Barrett and being able to be on his team.
What's the one thing that surprised you working with Blake? I mean, everybody knows that he's got this, you know, this performer or this, what the public thinks about him, and then actually working so close with him, you know, what's the one thing that really surprised you that you had, you know, no idea that, wow, you know, Blake Shelton is like X, Y, and Z?
I think for me it was just the realization that that he's just a guy, you know, with a cool job, and that was really surprising, but also a great affirmation of really the human spirit, and that like we're all just people trying to, you know, make an honest and live our lives, and some people have to live their lives out in front of the camera and are celebrities, but when you get alone with somebody like Blake Shelton, and especially in a working environment, a music environment, you kind of realize, all right, well, there's a reason why this guy's successful, and it's because he works hard and he's honest, and he's you know, he's made the right moves in his career musically, and so that was a bit of a surprising thing, because it's easy to you know, to have a perception of what a celebrity is going to be like or act like, and the truth is it was the exact opposite, just the utmost normal, regular, good old guy, and that's really perfect for me as an artist and a person. And I think this would be the same for the other guys on the team.
Definitely. That's something that I love so much about Blake, is just the fact that I feel like I can just be myself around him, because he is, like Barrett said, he's just a normal guy, and it's awesome, and it's like inspiring, because like it makes, no matter, and I know y'all probably agree, no matter how far any of us ever go, like I want to be like that all the time. I want to be like invested and personable with every person that like comes across my path, and so it's awesome just to see him and the way he acts with us. Like, it's just inspiring.
Is there any traditions that you guys have in your family that maybe you're sad you're going to be missing this year, and also what are you grateful for?
Okay, so my mom is like the best cook in the whole world, so I'm just going to miss her food so much. She's like, that's like the best part of Thanksgiving, and family, but definitely the food. So I'm going to miss that, and you know, I'm so grateful just for all the people that I have met. Like Barrett said, like my team means so much to me. Like these guys and like everyone else on this show, we've all become a family. So it's sad that we're not with our real like family back home, but like I feel like I'm still with my family here. So it's awesome.
I have a very large family, and it's going to be tough not being with my sisters this year, and the grandparents and the cousins always come up to our house, and you know, we always watch football and stuff, but luckily they've been understanding that, you know, I've been given this opportunity, and you know, for me to be out here and be able to spend it with these guys is just awesome, because we've grown so close. So the one thing I'm going to miss is just having that quality family time with everybody, and grandma's cooking when she comes up to Georgia. But yeah, just thankful for these guys, and you know, how welcoming they've been to me.
Cool. I don't have any like big you know, things that we do every year, but this will be my first year to spend Thanksgiving away from my kids and my wife, and that's okay. These kids are a pretty good replacement. But you know, what I'm thankful for the most is music, and this opportunity to help create that language. You know, I've always said that music was a language that transcends ideologies and borders and generations, and it's really, I'm really grateful that I've got the opportunity to be one of the people that gets to create that language, and certainly getting to do it with all these other contestants. It's been great.
Is that not a
This is like the biggest selfie ever. Hey guys, we will be back here with more buzz after these messages.
Bring in the master. You know, it was really special to have my mom here this week, just to kind of bookend this time of my life. You know, she brought me up so young, just loving music, and she really gave me a voice as a child. And so to have her here, experiencing, you know, what is one of the greatest accomplishments of my life, it's so great to just have her to experience that. But I think the greatest thing that she ever taught me was just like, if you want something, don't stop, you know, just go for it. Like, she never wanted me to be held back by anything, and I owe so much to them because they sacrificed so much and have done so much for me to have opportunities like this one throughout my entire life. But she told me never to let anything hold me back. Don't let your finances hold you back. Don't let, you know, your insecurities or your limitations hold you back. Like, if you want something, if God places a desire in your heart for something, you should go for that thing, because ultimately I don't think you'll ever be fully satisfied or fully fulfilled and happy in your life until you reach that thing that you know is meant for you.
I'm really cute because I was laughing because I saw you go, Mom.
I know, I was like, Mom.
We've literally been here for 2 minutes.
I love her, but she's so embarrassing.
I've watched my dad sing growing up, so he's always been an influence in that aspect. But also, whenever I came to him and was like, you know, this is what I want to do, he was like, okay, we can see how this goes and everything. And then he kind of was like, okay, she's serious. So that's when he became like super like motivating and kind of pushy, but like in a good way. But like, no, he encouraged me to come audition for the show. I was like, that's not realistic, and he really pushed me to be here. So I literally would not be here without my dad. And I don't know, like, I've just celebrated my 1 year since my first gig deal like a couple days ago. So thank you. It was I was like, oh my God. But no, like, he's gotten all my equipment and he's always there like cleaning up after me after I get done with the show. He's so supportive, and he reminds me every day. He's like, you know, Shelby, this was a career I could have chose for myself, but he's like, I'm kind of living through you in a way, in like a proud papa way. Like, he's so proud, and that's like my number one goal each week, is to make my parents proud, because I wouldn't be here without either of them and their support and their encouragement and their sacrifices.
Yeah, so my dad was here for this past week, and gosh, I don't know where to begin with my dad. I mean, if it weren't for him, then, and his guitar, you know, growing up, I wouldn't have ever picked up the guitar, and I may have never written any songs. And I mean, he's been such an amazing just rock in my corner when it comes to my music growth, you know. And your question was, what's the biggest thing? The best piece of advice, mine goes straight to this time. About 2 years ago, I lost my voice completely, and I still deal with, I have like a vocal polyp that it's tough, and you can sometimes hear it when I'm really tired. But when I was struggling with that, he told me, you know, I was just driving. He's a motorcyclist, and he was motorcycling down some, like, I don't know, through some mountain somewhere, and he was like, I was just thinking about you and just praying for you, and it just hit me that I should tell you that you just got to sing from the Spirit. No matter what, just sing from the Spirit. And that's always stuck with me. Like, and you know, sometimes you forget, but that's the kind of advice that I can always think back to. And no matter if I'm imperfect, which I am, I can just sing from the Spirit, like how Jordan was talking about earlier, because it's just, you know, it's like, because that's your power. And so I'm just so thankful that he told me that.
You know, these are the things that you want for your kids. My daughter's really little, but it's like listening to all of you, I'm thinking, I hope that my daughter says that about me when she grows up. So,
yeah, she will.
Question, because it's the holidays. Are there any traditions that you guys are going to be missing that you loved about Thanksgiving? And then also on top of that, what are you most grateful for?
Oh man.
I'm going to start with you, Amy, and then move down.
Okay. Gosh, Thanksgiving. I mean, what's better than Thanksgiving dinner with your family and football and eating more pie than you think you ever could? I love pie. I'm big into pie. Yeah, I mean, of course, I miss that whole, like, cozying up. We would always make a fire in our house, and we'd, you know, always, I don't know, my mom would always be working on crossword puzzles, and my brother would have the football game on, and my dad might be asking me to play chess. You know, we like, it's just like a cozy environment around Thanksgiving, and you know, we're about to, it's right before Christmas starts, and it's just such a cozy time, and I miss that. And what was the second question?
What are you most grateful for?
What am I most grateful for? Honestly, this year, I mean, honestly, this year I'm most grateful for this experience. I mean, this has totally changed my life, and I know this is totally just this opportunity was handed by God. I just know that, like, I was meant to be here and meet these people and be inspired by these people and just have my life forever change. And I will never forget this for as long as I live. And I'm just so thankful for it.
I mean, this year I'm really gonna miss like every year my mom and my sister and I, we always get together and we do like our part of the family dinner, because like the grandparents and everything, we all have like a part of what we're gonna make. And I'm missing discussing with my mom like what we're gonna do, what the game plan is, you know, like what we're gonna make, and spending that time making it with them. And so like that's one thing that I've always kind of taken for granted, and you don't really realize that like you're gonna miss that until you're taken away from it. And but like with that being said, I'm really thankful for all the blessings and opportunities, like Amy said, that we've been given this whole entire year. This has been such a long process, and to still be here is such an amazing like gift from God. Like it's something completely unimaginable. And I mean, every year brings new surprises, and this one has been full of them, and I'm thankful for every single one.
Yeah, it's really strange for me. This is actually my first Thanksgiving away from home. I've been in college, but I always make it a point to get back home. And so this is my first Thanksgiving away from home. And it's really strange just to think about not being with my family, because we always, you know, have such a wonderful time. One of my favorite traditions is every year my cousin and I were really close, and we always get the wishbone from the year before, and we save it for an entire year, like build up all the wishes, and then we break it the next Thanksgiving, and like it's one like super powerful, awesome wish, you know?
You know, I'm coming home in replacement of you to your mama's house.
So I know my cousin's gonna like have the wishbone there and like looking at it, and she's gonna be so sad that we're not together to like, you know, break the one and save the new one. We might do it. But yeah, that's probably one of my favorite traditions. And then I'm so thankful, I know this is super practical, but honestly, just lately, I've been so thankful for like good health and just a good life. Honestly, being in this situation and meeting so many people and hearing from so many people, there are so many people that are looking to be inspired because they're sick or because they've had such a rough life. And I've been blessed with such a good life and such good health throughout my life, and just wonderful opportunities like this. And so I'm just thankful for that. You know, I think that our lives could be very different had things gone differently for us, and had we, you know, there are life-changing events that happen that could have totally taken us off this course and put us in completely different places, and we would need to be looking to people that are in the situations we're in now for inspiration and you know, to inspire us to keep going for our dreams. And so I'm just really thankful to have had a good life so far, and to be healthy and able to be here and do this and inspire other people who aren't as fortunate.
Let it
Need fast cash? Well, go to cityloan.com or call 877-553-9071 to borrow $3,000 or more using the equity in your paid-off vehicle. The best part? No credit checks. Your car is your credit with City Loan. Over 99% of City Loan customers are in good standing every month. So call 877-553-9071 now. And get this, if you sign up today and you are approved for a loan, you will receive a $25 gift card from Target. Be sure to mention promo code TVAD to receive your gift card. Also, don't forget to like City Loan on Facebook at City Loan Community and follow us on Twitter at City Loan. Now back to the New Music Buzz.
You guys are that
burn of the century of the week.
Okay, so let me ask you guys, this is now your end of life playoffs now for a couple of weeks. Are you guys used to the whole performing live in front of America thing yet? Was there an adjustment period, or are you still figuring things out?
That's so funny. I just said today, I woke up this morning, and it's not like the excitement wasn't there, but I wasn't like, oh, it's show day today.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, show day today. This is kind of what we do, you know? It just feels comfortable. Not routine, but it feels more usual. But to me, that's a really good thing, because that allows you to be way more comfortable on stage when you expect to be there.
Yeah, exactly. I think that, like, exactly what Evan said. I still get very nervous, and it's definitely not routine for me, but it is something that I've kind of grown accustomed to a little bit. What I think about is I don't think about like the millions of people watching. I think about biggest show on television people. No, I try not to think about that. I try to just think about the audience that's there and my family and my coach, and that's always kind of gotten me through it, and it gets easier every time. There's no doubt that it gets easier every time.
Let's talk about that. You know, what was the experience like walking onto that live stage and seeing those audience members for the first time?
Yeah, the first live show was crazy, like exhilarating.
Lightning.
Yeah, it was just absolutely.
It had been a couple months since Knockouts, which it really is pretty similar. The feel at Knockouts and the feel at Lives is not crazy different. The biggest difference is that the audience members at Lives have seen you on TV now, and they're there to see you. But the crazy thing about seeing the crowd for the first time is it had been a couple months since we had done the first 3 rounds.
Yeah.
So it was coming back to it and it being twice as big, and we hadn't done it in a while. It was very overwhelming, but it was fun and exciting way, but it was like kind of out of body.
Yeah,
I was dizzy by
scary. Yeah, it was scary in like the best way.
Yes.
The way that you want to feel again, like skydiving. That's what I always kind of think about.
Skydiving's perfect.
Because it's scary, but it's an acquired thing. Like, not everyone can skydive. Like, I could never skydive, but I can apparently get up on stage and sing in front of a bunch of people.
Maybe what you're saying now is we've acquired it. Maybe that's why it's more comfortable for us now. Is we're just like we skydived a couple of times, and like jumping out of a plane just isn't as big a deal, but we still want to jump out of the plane again.
It's something you guys could get a little used to.
Yeah.
I actually really want to skydive.
Now that I think about it.
I really do.
Now that sounds pretty fun.
I've always wanted to.
Going into like a next week or something, is there anything you guys would like to try as far as that? Like, you know, things on fire, bigger sets?
Me on fire? Me on fire?
Yeah, and one of those like flammable, like Hunger Games, where you like you'll ride out in a chariot.
On like a Mockingjay thing?
Yes, flames.
I think it all depends on the song for me. Like, to me, I wasn't going to do anything crazy this week because my song wasn't crazy. You know, if you did something crazy, it would have taken away from the message of the song. But, like, next week, if I did something big, I would do something big to go with it. All of those mediums work together to make a performance.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, my first thought when I got this song was, you know, staging-wise, was like, I want to play a red piano. And, you know, if it's a good idea, they listen and they want your vision to become a reality. So my vision wasn't, you know, anything super crazy. I mean, and the fans were not my idea, the fans with the little fabric, but it turned out to be really cool, and it's something that I think really tied it all together. And at the end of the day, staging isn't our specialty, but if there comes a time,
even if we have a good idea.
Yeah, and if there comes a time for flames, there will definitely be flames, I think.
True.
What was your relationship with both of the songs that you guys chose tonight prior to performing them? Because Smile is one of my favorites.
Smile is one of my favorites too, and I was actually very honored to record Charlie Chaplin's song at Charlie Chaplin's studio this week that he built in the early 1900s himself. His footprints and his signature out on the concrete in front of Henson Studios. So that was a huge blessing, and I think it's one of the most powerful and simple songs. Like the lyrics could apply and hit home to anyone at any point in their life. And I think any song that has that universal of an impact needs to be shared more often.
Yeah, I think, Pharrell likes to bring the realness and the real emotions. Like his song Freedom that he performed on the show today.
That was amazing.
It's so real, and that's the kind of music that I want to make, and I know that's the kind of music Evan wants to make, and true and honest, and that's why I picked the song that I picked, is because it's so powerful and it's so emotional, and it's everything that I want to be as a songwriter, can be embodied in that song, and whether it's the arrangement or the lyrics or just the intent of its writing. I think that's why it was so important for me to sing this song, and I think Evan could say the same.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I'm getting Kim Kardashian vibes with this.
Unfortunately, we did not get a chance to speak with Team Gwen, as this is a live show and they had to rehearse. We'll be back after these messages.
America instantly saved. Corinne Bukowski, yet again, instantly saved by America's vote.
And then there were 10. Our good friend Evan McKeel was sent home as America once again chose Team Gwen's Corinne Bukowski, who has become the Team Pharrell Slayer, beating out 2 of his contestants in recent weeks. Let's check in to see what Evan had to say about his departure.
No one should ever expect to go home, but no one should ever be surprised to go home. The way it is now, we're at the point of the show where it's America's vote. So even if you sailed through under the coach's opinion, America could see you differently, or America could just have someone else that they really, really liked, and they could vote on so many things and for so many different reasons. So I think we all knew going into this week, going into last week, every one of these live shows, we all knew anything could happen. We really shouldn't have any kind of, result, picked out that we think is going to happen. Everybody should be prepared that they could be going home or could be the first name called. My favorite performance. Well, the great thing is that they were all so different. I really feel like I did something different every time. Overjoyed, I really did a lot vocally. With This Is It, I really just had a lot of fun and went for stage presence. Even just a couple of days ago doing Smile. Well, that Smile was probably my favorite just because that was the most at home for me, and that was me doing the kind of performing and the kind of, musicianship in a performance that I am used to doing, at home, and that I'm used to doing in the music that I write and record. So that was a chance for me to show some artistry and show a little bit more identity as an artist. And so I probably would have to go with this past performance of Smile. But I've loved every performance and have tried to put, a little bit something different into each one.
Yeah, and kind of similar to that, were there any songs that you had in mind that you were hoping that you could perform on the show?
Yeah, I actually was really, really excited about my song choice for next week. I had already picked out Gravity by John Mayer, and we were going to do this really cool gospel arrangement, and I was going to play electric guitar, and we were just going to kind of have a little jam session at the end of the song. It was going to be really cool. So that was one that I definitely had picked out that I was going to do next week for sure. Everybody's been asking me what the main thing I learned from the show and everything, and blah, blah, blah. I think the number one thing I learned doing the show was just how fulfilled I am doing music, singing on stage and performing for people who need to hear something through a song. And I think I've learned now more than ever that this is really what I feel that I was created for and what I feel called to do. And I'm really ready to sink my teeth into this even more than I was before the show. I think the show has really shown me that my direction needs to stay, you know, where I am right now, and I need to keep pouring my heart into music.
And then there were 10. Our good friend Evan McKeel was sent home as America once again chose Team Gwen's Corinne Bukowski, who has become the Team Pharrell Slayer, beating out 2 of his contestants in recent weeks. Let's check in to see what Evan had to say about his departure.
My favorite If there's one thing I hate, it's when my phone dies. I am Shaq Fu. No!
Before you go,
Mi amor.
I have just one thing to tell you.
No! No! The power card is ultra thin and fits in your wallet. Because size does matter. More power!
...2015 is almost over, and one of this year's highly anticipated films...
No, I'm not talking about the Force.
...is Creed. We were in Westwood at the premiere where we spoke to some of the cast and some of boxing's finest. Let's take a look.
You're not built for this. These boys coming here, they gotta fight for life. People die in the ring. Your daddy died in the ring.
I don't know him. Ain't got nothing to do with me. I've been fighting my whole life. It's not a choice for me. Every punch I ever thrown's been on my own. Nobody showed me how to do this. I'm ready.
Sick eyes from the nose pressure. Actually slip zip ties on the protesters. The 6 wives in the fry of a mold weather. Automatic caviar bar out in Odessa. Dirty needles breaking all the old records. 100 hoes, one shovel, and some old treasure. Old Zeke used teeth as a gold tester. Figaro's finger waves, faucet from the old memory.
This picture's from the 10th round of the first fight, right? I heard about a third fight between you and Apollo. Behind closed doors. Is that true?
How do you know all this?
I'm his son.
Red gloves for the reason why I gave toss. Scared thugs going crazy in the cage box. Looking at the world through the TV, a day room, rapping over beats. They made electric chairs for us down day. Last meals, no appeals for them to try and stay on death row like Suge in the late pot. Maybe he could dig a tunnel by the A block.
A great fighter once said, it ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
See this guy here? That's the toughest opponent you're ever going to have to face. I believe that's true in the ring, and I think that's true in life. Now show me something.
Come on, I'm excited. I got my dad right here. I'm excited to be next to this guy.
What physical preparation?
I was working out, changed my diet completely, stripped it down to nothing but chicken, broccoli, and like rice. And I worked out a lot for about a year.
Like 2 times a day?
2 to 3 times a day, 6 days a week. So it was pretty intense.
And how all the interviews I've seen you in, you're the most humble person. How do you say that?
I mean, I got my family. I'm just me and try not to let anything kind of affect me, and just try to like stay true to who I am and do the things that I care about. That's pretty much it.
And is there anything motivating you want to say to your fans?
Man, I'm continue to grow with me, and I'll continue to grow with you guys, and I'll see you guys from as long as you guys have me.
First of all, he's very kind, and he is a man that's open to suggestions. And there is also a wisdom, and with an actor, you know, you have strengths and you have weaknesses. And Michael's strength is that you like him, and so you're on board with his journey. And that's like with Rocky, you just like them. He may not be the person you want to live next door to, but you enjoy them. And then the idea of having someone else do their story. It's like letting your son go, and I'm watching from afar. I'm now in the background, being a mentor instead of the man in the ring. It was. I said, this is something that's never been done before. And I thought, okay. I didn't want to do it. It took me 2.5 years. I must admit, I was scared to death. She said, why are you such a coward? I said, well, I don't know. I'm not really Rocky, It's worrisome because you never know with something like this. It was a big experiment, but Ryan pulled it off, and it's all him.
I'm honored and excited to be here to watch Creed, to support Michael B. Jordan, my good friend, Tessa Thompson, Ryan. This is a big moment for all of them, and I'm just so proud. I'm in my first film. Next year it'll be out. It's called Moonlight. And I am also nurturing the careers of others. I have a record label, Wonderland Records. And Saint Beauty, the only females on Wonderland Records, they just released their video. So go check that out. It's called Going Nowhere.
space of a year, not just working out, but changing his diet, and also putting his body through such paces and pain. Even the things to recover were painful, like ice baths. And so watching the dedication with which he did that, he could have easily had someone else do his stunts or not work as hard as he did. So I'm just so proud of him.
How smelly was this set to work on?
You know, actually not that smelly, because they'd always have to come in and like rub them down with lotions that were scented. So surprisingly, those are not that smelly.
It's probably not bad to watch Michael be rubbed down with oils.
No, and actually one of the women, there were two makeup artists, but one was a woman, and anytime she would get to do it, you would hear the whole like audience. We had like
best job in the
universe.
like
600 extras, 1,000 extras, and you would just hear all the women coo. It was really funny.
Not any time did you want to put on a pair of gloves and get in the ring yourself?
Every day. Every day. I was like so jealous and so upset that I was not in any of those montages. So if people are talking about a sequel, we could let it be at this one, but if we make another, I will mark
You're
my
on the
words.
speed bag.
I will be in a montage.
Congratulations.
Punching something.
What
Thank
sort
you
of
so
questions are answered? What did we gotta find out?
I think more questions are asked than answered. I worked with an incredible composer named Ludwig Göransson who scored the film and also produced all the songs that I performed as Bianca. I wrote all the songs and spent about 2 weeks in LA making basically a record, and there are 4 that appear in the movie. It was such a challenge and such a great one for me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
My DNA is what wrote my path. It made me dream, and then made me fearless enough to chase it. My DNA is what brought me here, to the point of realization. I didn't choose this, it chose me. My DNA is my destiny, my calling, and I listen.
This is Mike.
She just said it might be loose. She just need to make sure it doesn't fall off, but she's going to tie him out, tie down. Oh.
What you got, and I want you to enjoy it, okay? Be there.
Luck.
I didn't see it. I just saw the clip. I mean, of course, very shocking. And it's tough, man. It's tough that people, you know, they troll her and they make the, you know, the Instagram clips. People don't realize what it takes to get in there. It is very difficult, and I mean, you're putting your life on the line in front of the whole world, and that can happen to any of us. And it's just tough with people that don't fight, do things like that. It's just not good, but it comes with the territory. So I hope she gets better. I hope she comes back and bounces back, gets some rest, and I think she'll be fine. Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't think Mayweather's as bad of a guy as people say. I think he has a heart, and I think he put his heart on his sleeves, and he let the world know, and he let Ronda know that, hey, if you need some help, come get some help from the best.
I haven't seen the movie either.
I don't know, but I'm not happy about it. I mean, I know a lot of female fighters who work just as hard as we do, and they don't get paid like they should, and they definitely don't get the attention like they should. And I think it's just horrible. I really do, because they deserve it. They really do. So anything that I can do to help boost that, or just get the names out there. I mean, even fighting on undercards, and one day hopefully fighting in main events like Ronda Rousey's doing in the UFC. That's what it's about. I think they should.
The fact of the matter is, no one tells a story like Sly, the boxing story. And the movies that I've seen, all the Rocky's movies I've seen of his, always resonates with me, because it's about being a fighter, man. It's about being a real fighter, and not this Hollywood stuff. I'm looking forward to Creed being a monster killer fight. It's because it's all about here. For a fighter, it's here. And I'm looking forward to it.
And who do you think won the Rocky-Apollo fight at the end of Rocky 3?
You know, sentimental reasons Rocky won. You know, but that's life too, though. You know, you asked me the same question when I fought Marvin Hagler. They said, well, I won because of sentimental reasons, and so it depends. It's so subjective. Yeah. But that's what makes a great fight.
Great experience, especially being from Philadelphia and this movie being filmed in Philly and Rocky, whole Philadelphia Italian Stallion thing. It's great, so I'm excited about it.
What is your favorite Rocky movie?
My favorite, I would have to go with part 1, Rocky. Just because it shows, you know, the rise, you know, the come up, the struggle, you know, so the shot at the title, you know, all that. So I think part 1.
What do you think about Ronda Rousey and Holmes?
I think it was a humbling experience for Ronda. I wish I would have put money on Holmes. but I really didn't know much of Holmes, you know, so but she fought a great fight. She boxed, she fought a smart fight. And you know, Ronda, she needs to come back, and she'll come back strong.
Do you think Holmes is the one who is going to be on the ring cover next?
Yeah, I think nobody's really gonna beat Holmes because, you know, her stand-up game is so good, and the way she defends to not be able to be taken down to the ground too is good. You know, you have to be in great shape to beat Holmes.
Who is the most boxer in your opinion?
In my opinion, right now.
Right now and ever.
Oh, ever? Man, ever? Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali.
And who is active right now?
Active right now. I like Chocolatito. I was so impressed by him when I saw him ringside at the Garden. I was so impressed with his skills.
Favorite fictitious fighter of all time?
My Rocky. Rocky and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes.
You got to go with those two, right?
Definitely. So what else do you have?
December 19 on HBO. So I'm preparing for that fight. I fight Joshua Clottey. So on the 19th on HBO.
It's on the side of it.
Which is, yeah, little things that the audience is great. All that kind of stuff. All that stuff in the beginning. Of course, when the fight gets more serious, they're like, joked up. It was on a show. You know you're going to murder this guy.
So, worked out exactly who was dropping him with him. This guy come in like fast, and this dude fights so much. You're like a world.
What word of advice would you give to someone that's chasing their dream, whether it be boxing or acting in that sense?
How about don't chase?
Go.
Go. Don't chase. What are you chasing? You know, you're the thing. You know, there's no chasing to be done. It's all in you. Hey, my name's Carl Weather.
My name is Gabriel Rosado.
I'm Sugar Ray Leonard. You just been buzzed.
Need fast cash? Well, go to cityloan.com or call 877-553-9071 to borrow $3,000 or more using the equity in your paid-off vehicle. The best part? No credit checks. Your car is your credit with City Loan. Over 99% of City Loan customers are in good standing every month. So call 877-553-9071 now. And get this, if you sign up today and you are approved for a loan, you will receive a $25 gift card from Target. Be sure to mention promo code TVAD to receive your gift card. Also, don't forget to like City Loan on Facebook at City Loan Community and follow us on Twitter at City Loan. Now back to the New Music Buzz.
Smile, smile.
And that's all we have for you. Special thanks to Tegan Lee, Nikki Lichterman, the lovely folks at NBC Universal and at The Voice. Don't forget to check back with us next week for our special broadcast from the Hollywood Christmas Parade. Special thanks to my mama as well. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, tweet us at Twitter, and double tap us on Instagram, all at The New Music Buzz. My name is Kiyra Lynn. Peace out.
At the end, it doesn't really matter where you end on the show. If you have the work ethic and the passion to keep making music after the show, the opportunities are going to come to you if you put in the work and if you have what it takes. And I think, she's been a great example for everybody that does a show like this. I think she was really the first one to kind of implement the idea that, you don't have to win to win. You don't have to be the last one standing to get something amazing out of the process. And I've gotten so many amazing things out of the process, and I'm going to have so many opportunities after this now that I didn't have before, and that's so incredible.
The New Music Buzz is sponsored by Monster Products DNA Pro, the cutting edge in today's fusion of entertainment, technology, and fashion. City Loan, financial help you can trust. And by Rockwell Watches. Check out more music news at www.thenewmusicbuzz.com.
I'm just wondering what the conversation with Maddie was like afterwards. Did you get a chance to talk to her, given that she's only team member surviving right now?
Yeah, I only had a second to go give her a hug. I was kind of on my way out to go shoot a couple videos for the YouTube channel. And when I found her, she was crying with our vocal coach. And I went over and hugged her, and I don't even think she was really totally speaking yet. So, it's hard. I'm sure it's hard for her because her teammates have been, her two teammates left the last 2 weeks. So she's going to be going to rehearsals by herself with Pharrell. She's going to be working on music a little more by herself. And I hope that some of the, the contestants on the other teams will rally around her and, help her out a little bit now that Mark and I aren't there to, to keep, doing all the stuff with her.
Peace out.